Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one's entitled Fake Double Rainbow in the Sky and Planet X Rain. Now, in a recent video, Mr. MBB333 showed a rainbow in the sky. A screenshot of that is shown here. And notice that, so there's the rainbow, but there is another faint rainbow on the outside, which would indicate that there were two light sources. But the problem is that both rainbows are not centered on the observer. So this cannot be a real rainbow. It is fake and most likely the result of the holographic projection technology, which is in operation on Earth in order to keep the truth regarding the effects of the Planet X or destroyer system on the solar system and the Earth, and the fact that the sun is no longer shining as a result of that same Planet X system. And you may look at Article 504 entitled The Moon Hologram and Holographic Projection Technology Disclosure, and Article 500 entitled The Sun is No Longer Shining Review. So here you see the rainbow, and this is actually, as I said, a double rainbow, but the second rainbow is reversed, as red is the first color and blue is the last. You can see it's reversed with respect to this one. This one has blue first and red last, and this one is impossible. This order of colors in a rainbow is impossible. You are supposed to have the blue first and the red last. And in addition, the sky is a different color on the inside of the rainbow, as you can see here, which is also not normal, as a rainbow should not affect the color of the sky. The color of the sky is supposed to simply come from blue sunlight being scattered by nitrogen molecules in the atmosphere. So a real rainbow is supposed to occur due to the presence of water droplets in the atmosphere, as usually occurs after rainfall. Some water droplets seem to remain suspended in the atmosphere after rainfall. After the rainfall, and sunlight is refracted on entering and leaving the droplets of water and undergoes a total internal reflection, which is a refractive effect as well. And you can see the total internal reflection there. The sunlight comes in, is refracted at entering, the water droplets there, and then there's a reflection at the back of the droplet, and then it's refracted again. And that causes the red and the blue light to be refracted by different amounts so that it separates. And the red comes out at a lower angle than the blue. And then the observer there, which is indicated by the eye, picks up the red as coming from this direction, so this position higher up in the sky, and the blue as coming from a droplet below, comes out at the right angle to hit the eye there, and so the observer sees the blue coming from there and the red coming from there, so the red must be above the blue. And then this is what you end up with. You end up with an arc centered on the observer. It's all to do with where the observer sees the colors coming from, which position in the sky. And this is basically then a cone. The angle may differ a little from 40 degrees, but it's usually around 40 degrees. And the sunlight must come from behind the observer. This seems to be the case here, but we definitely do not have that arc forming around the observer. So this rainbow is not due to refraction. It's not due to the observer seeing light being refracted off raindrops in the sky. It's impossible, because if it was, it would be centered on the observer, and it's clearly not. You can see that the car is moving in the sky. It actually seems to be moving slightly in that direction because the road curves. I did draw as a straight line in this direction. You can clearly see that where this observer is facing is not at the center of this arc. And I drew the arc there. So this is not a real rainbow. This rainbow is not the result of refraction of sunlight or even light. as a result of droplets of water being in the sky. This is something which is being projected in the sky, and therefore the result of holographic projection technology. And here you see the result of that technology in effect, because what we have here is the moon as a hologram, and you can see a plane which flies in front of the projection and interferes with it. So this video by Cliff 481 entitled Planes Flying Through the Moon 2, this is where these come from, and this video shows a plane flying in front of the holographic projector, producing the moon hologram in the sky, which then appears to develop glitches, and you can see the glitches here. The projector appears to be to the left of the moon, as it is when the airplane is on the left of the moon that it seems to interrupt the projection beam. This shows that the moon in our skies is a hologram, which would not be surprising, as there is no light for the moon to reflect since the sun is no longer shining. You may look at article 435 entitled Planet X Debris Filling the Solar System. Sun is now a dark star. And of course, if there's no light for the moon to reflect, then the real moon cannot be visible in the sky. And you may look then at article 504, where I discuss this particular video. But you can see that the plane actually interrupts the beam that is projecting the moon in the sky, which is why then the light seems to actually be draping off the airplane, because it's somewhere here, so the light is being projected and the airplane is getting in the way. So some of the light that's actually supposed to be at the edge of the moon, or part of what seems to be the moon, is actually hitting the plane. So then it seems to be coming off the plane there. And you can see that the glitches, the video is very clear. We can see some of the glitches here. You can see glitches there. So there's a whole line of glitches right here, because that's where the plane is, in front of this beam. And the plane is moving further that way. You can see some of the light seems to be draping off it. The glitches there and there continue to be seen all the way down to there, actually. And the plane flies along a bit further, and you can still see the glitches there and there. So the fact that some water droplets remain suspended in the atmosphere after rainfall indicates that rainfall is associated to Planet X debris entering the atmosphere. This debris is depleted in gravitational energy and remains suspended in the atmosphere for some time until it has absorbed enough gravitational energy to reach the surface. So this suggests that the water remaining suspended in the atmosphere is not Earth water, but water originating with the Planet X system planets which approach Earth surrounded by their debris fields. Since all the water remains suspended for some time before eventually falling as rain, this means that all the water that falls as rain on Earth comes from the Planet X system debris fields. And this is illustrated here. Planet X objects are dead. They are dead planets, and therefore they are depleted in gravitational photon energy. The matter has low gravitational energy, and that causes them to have low gravitational influence and low gravitational potential. So you may have a piece of rock which is as dense as what is usually found in the inner part of the Earth, and therefore has higher gravitational potential than matter that's on the surface and in the atmosphere, but yet this piece of rock is so low in gravitational potential that it has the same gravitational potential as much less dense matter, such as molecules that are found in the Earth's atmosphere. And liquid water is supposed to be found on the surface of the Earth. And so it has higher, on Earth, it has higher gravitational potential than any gas found in the atmosphere, that's liquid water. But yet we have water that remains suspended in the atmosphere, and that means that it has low gravitational potential. And therefore it doesn't belong to the Earth. It belongs to one of these planets, and it comes into the atmosphere with their debris fields. So in conclusion, a double rainbow filmed over a road is clearly not an arc around the observer and therefore a fake rainbow, and thus the product of holographic projection technology in operation on Earth. The fact that all rainwater remains suspended for a time in the Earth's atmosphere suggests that all rain on Earth is initially low in gravitational potential and therefore comes from the Planet X system. And these are the references. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.